Welcome to Flower Juice. My name's John McDonald, and today we're going to do our follow-up on this product that we were talking about in our last video. So this is the Floral pillow, and this is something that's available by Syndicate sales in America, and it's a product that's been designed by Chappel. So it's inspired from the original constructions that people would have used a long time ago before floral foam. So what we've got is we've got a really nice range of flowers. I've got some scabious, some dill, thistles, we've got a couple of nice blooms, some beautiful lisianthus, some vendela roses, a little bit of mint and waxflower. I've even got a stem of orchid. So we've got a big range of flowers that we want to put in this, and we want to do quite a nice kind of garden style arrangement. And all I've done is I've taken our floral pillow, put it together, and then I've just used like Oasis Fix for fixing that in. So I'm going to fill this with water, and then we can start our design. Right, so we've got our urn, and all we need to do, so as you can see, it's secured in the top, this product, and we just need to fill the container with water. So this is really the beauty of using this container, or this product, is we're not using floral foam. We're able to really just put our flowers direct into water. Now, we've been using this product at work for a few weeks now, and the great thing is it's usable again and again and again. So it's actually working out to be very economic. So we can start to put our flowers in. So straight away, because there's a lower level and a higher level, you can place your flower and it sits up, which is great, or your foliage. And that's really the beauty of this. Obviously, it's a little bit looser than you would have if you had foam, but you can work with that. So what I'm going to do is just put in a few pieces, and really the more material you add is going to help give a little bit of structure as well. Now, what I found when I first used it was I felt it was quite economical. So it was allowing me to showcase the foliage and the flowers to good advantage, rather than sometimes with foam. I think if we really were honest about it, we probably use more than we need, but we're always worried that people are going to see the foam. So with this, we don't need to worry. So straight away, these fatsia leaves are helping to hide the edge of our container. We're creating a bit of contrast with our pistache, and then we can just add some taller pieces. So I do have a couple of things that are really good. And these, I thought this is the ultimate test. So this is some malus, which is basically like little apples, and they're quite a heavy bunch. So if this can hold them, then we're laughing. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to put one on either side, because that will give us a little bit of physical balance anyway. But in foam, that would have needed a certain depth of foam securely attached in a container for us to be happy about it. So that ruskus is giving us a little bit of height. We can also come out to the side. So what we're looking for is we're wanting to create some depth and some lines, just a lot of interest. So this is really an arrangement that we want people to think, you know, this is something fresh and like a garden style. I also quite like the idea that you can, in a container like this, put some of your heavier material higher up. So we can maybe create a little bit of what feels like a Flemish style or a Dutch style. Whereas normally I'd be thinking, oh, I'm going to put these heavy materials quite low down. Actually, putting some of that big material up the top is giving us a little bit of that feeling of extravagance. Making it feel quite opulent. Now, this is the hard ruskus, is quite good. No, we don't want to bump that one again. It's not the end of the world. And we can pop our roses in as well. So as you can see, these flowers are just going in great. We've got loads of space for adding our flowers. Don't want to have that one at the same height as this one, because then it'll look a little bit odd. And everything's getting a nice clean cut. and it's able to go straight into fresh water. And we can even bring the container back to a sink and, you know, pour out the water and refresh the water totally if we wish. It's definitely better having the structure attached to the container. I think if you don't attach it, it's going to wiggle about and it's going to be harder to hold some of these heavier materials. This is dill, or a variety of dill, and I just love the fact that it's got this different texture. This is the one that we normally use as dill, but this one here has really got a very aniseedy sort of smell to it, so it really makes people notice if they were walking past. Now you can also take some material through the back, and this will give us a little bit of depth. Can come right in the back actually. So you're just getting a wee glimmer of flowers through it. And I don't really want to hide these apples. This would be a bit silly to put them in and then cover them with other material. Some lovely foliage that we can just pop in again to give more texture. So if you've got branches that have got a nice shape, we can use them. And this is some trailing amaranthus. So we can bring that in. It's quite a tall stem. That's fine, and that can trail. What I've done is I've picked all the leaves off it, so that gives it a cleaner look. And again, we just don't want those wayward petals. And it does prefer being in water, so this is perfect for this. And just to kind of finish, I've got some lovely mint. So we've already got that smell from the dill, but this mint, again, is another material that's going to be really happy in water rather than foam. It's got a lovely little bit of a flower at the top. I'm just stepping back and having a wee check. So you can add a lot of material into even a relatively small container like this. And as I say, the beauty is you can change the water and keep it going for longer. So we've definitely noticed the difference between foam and the use of this base as a construction. And as I say, it's one that you can just use again and again. So I'm just adding a little bit of asparagus. I just like the fact that it's a bit kind of wispy. And again, this has actually got a really good length of stem on it, so we can make our arrangement look bigger again. The only bad thing with asparagus is it tends to have little spines on the stem that catch you when you're working with it. But that's fine. And just to finish, I've got one or two little decorative grasses. And we're just going to pop them in. So really what we've got is a completed design that's really quite nice. Okay, so this is our finished design. With using this floral pillow, what we've achieved is we've managed to put a lot of material into a relatively small container. I mean, this has got a little bit of depth, but we've used it in shallow and we've used it in ones with a bit more depth like this, and we found that it's been good for all these situations. It's allowed us to get flowers straight into water, which is what they prefer. It's also coped perfectly well with heavy materials such as this. And I think this arrangement, we've got a nice light garden style, which is really showcasing a lot of different materials. So don't worry if you don't have the same material as us. It's really just a case of gathering things that are different and things that will contrast. Some things that are big, some that are small, and a good amount of foliage. So really just creating that feel no matter what materials you've got. So I hope you've enjoyed watching our video, and our next video is going to showcase the version that's really called the egg. So this is similar to the pillow, but it's really designed for making a bouquet. So that could be a gift bouquet or it could be a wedding bouquet. So stay tuned and please watch our next video, and we look forward to seeing you then.